Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Pastime Picks Podcast. I'm Keith, Vintage Sport Flips.
I'm Andy, King of Pennants.
And we have a special guest, Dan in Demand, down below. So,
yeah.
What's up?
Finally, we get a worthy competitor on the show, I feel like.
Yeah. I've been beating Andy far too long on this. Andy, Dan's the best drafter. All the draft shows he's done. I mean, he's hilarious, and he wins a lot of them. I don't know your record.
Oh yeah, I win them all just about. I should at least win them all.
Yeah,
jeez, I'm worried now.
On Monday. Yeah,
I feel like this is his wheelhouse too, right? So we're in a bit of trouble now. If he's
a good one for me to come on is comedy movies.
Yeah, that seems like it's your wheelhouse for sure.
I'm in trouble, I feel like.
Yeah. But yeah, on that note, guys, we are drafting our favorite or the best comedy movies in our opinion. We're gonna draft 5 each. And then we're going to sprinkle in some reselling content through the video as well, or through the podcast as well. And we're going to have a giveaway. I'll show that real quick here. We're going to have a giveaway in the Sales of the Week contest. Dan, you are eligible for the giveaway, just not Andy. Yeah, you're still eligible. But we're a little pop culture bundle. So we got a sealed Beverly Hills Cop #2, some wax pack cards, a little Spuds McKenzie button and keychain, Mr. Peanut, and a Harley Davidson button there. So fun little giveaway for someone.
See, this is what we got to compete with every time, right?
Here you go, Chris. How's it going, man? Thanks for coming in. Yeah. No, that's not true. Andy, you won last week, Andy. We should say that. You won, it was 60-40. I'm shocked at that. I'm shocked at that.
Is that 2 in a row for me now, I feel like?
It is 2 in a row, yeah. And I think partly because I should have taken Willie Mays the second pick, but I really wanted Ty Cobb. So that might have hurt me. I think that hurt me in that draft.
Well,
but
can't always be right, but yeah. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna count this one going forward. I guess we're assuming probably Dan's gonna win this one. I think so. I guess whoever's second place will be.
Thanks, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for joining us, Joe. Appreciate it.
We'll take second place then, and that will be a win for us. I feel like, right?
I'm not giving. I lose a lot of drafts just because I pick from the heart too much. So I'm not counting on a win. But
I'm getting nervous now. You guys are pumping me up too much.
Yeah,
you might be playing mind games with me.
That's our strategy. Yeah.
Right.
On that note, everyone, either watching here or watching on the replay, definitely check out and subscribe to Dan's channels. This is his regular YouTube channel. You know that, and then also his podcast, Pocket Change Podcast.
Well, great episode. I have to say the other two guys, Joe and Jimmy, they're pocket change.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Don't identify as pocket change.
Andy, there was another podcast named the Pocket Change Podcast, which caused a little stir over there. So they're
okay.
I don't know. That's how it's going to remain, or is it going to be a name change at some point? You think?
I honestly don't know. It's just like we can never agree on a name, and we agreed on that, and then those guys have one, and it's really awkward now. So
yeah, it's all right. That creates some conversation.
I'll let Joe and Jimmy. They can be pocket changed, and I'm just their sidekick.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get to the wheel of names here and figure out who picks first. Let me get to that.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like adds a wrench because I don't know if I want to pick, second, or do I want to pick third and get the wraparound? Let's see. I'll probably
right around here.
I always pick first, so
we're gonna do the wheel, and the person who wins here first picks number 1. Then we'll spin it again for 2, so on and so forth. Or just so on one more time, I guess.
You don't need to so on and so forth.
Yeah, there's too many so ons.
There it is.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So, Andy, number 1.
I didn't want to pick number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna spin it again, Andy. So don't pick anything yet.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
So Andy, Dan, and then me.
I think he's got the hot corner. All right.
Fuchsia Dan.
All right.
Okay. All right. So I have so many movies in a certain. I think we were talking a little earlier, but I have so many movies in a certain era that I feel like I should take.
Let me say hi to a couple people in the chat, Andy. You keep thinking there.
Okay.
What's up, Ken? Welcome in, man.
What up, Ken?
Thanks for coming. And Kim T, thanks for joining us. Hey, Harry Homestone, great YouTube channel over there, Harry.
See Kim like rounders.
Yeah.
What's up, Harry?
Hey, Mark, thanks for joining us. Mark's an every week regular here, so thank you very much.
He wins every week.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the giveaway champion. And on that note, I'm going to be on with Ken tomorrow at 11 a.m. on the second round of the Ken versus 10. So I'm looking forward to that. At this point, I think I have a pretty solid lead going into that, but still could change. could change.
It did well. Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
brought out some real kind of bangers there, so I'm not sure how fair
Interesting
that was.
stuff. But all right, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Andy.
No, that's okay. I was thinking through it. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of, I don't know. I'm a little confused. I'm not sure where Dan's going to go with his picks. So I don't
know where anyone's going. Keith's probably going like silent era.
No, but look, Andy, look what I'm wearing here on my sweatshirt. You see that my sweatshirt? I should show that off first.
Okay,
What is that?
It's a custom Mojo Dojo NFT crew neck. Can you read that, Andy?
Get a life.
It's Get a Life with a little Chris Elliott on the chest on the bicycle.
Yeah. If he ever corners you in a room, just like don't let him talk about that.
What's up, Shane?
What's up, Shane?
It'll be the worst 2 hours of your life.
No, come on.
All right. So I'm gonna go with one that's a little bit of a newer era movie. A lot of my movies that I really liked were kind of an older, not super old, but an older generation movie. So I'm gonna go with my favorite, like relatively new era one, and I think the best, probably since in 2000, I guess, or that range, and that's Step Brothers.
Oh, that's a good one.
That one, I think that's Ferrell's best movie, in my opinion. I mean, there's probably, I would assume there's going to be maybe one or two other Will Ferrell movies on here. But for me, that was my number one, like, Ferrell movie, and probably, because a lot of the other movies that I have on my list are very same era and also kind of similar genre. So Step Brothers is first pick.
Like Step Brothers. It has great moments. I think some of it's like, I don't love some parts of it, but like the part where he's interviewing for the job is hilarious with the other guys behind him. I forget which. And
there's a lot of stuff that I quote off of that. I mean, it's not maybe the most quotable movie that I know of, but there's some really good.
Ken has a quote in the chat there.
Yeah, do we just become best friends? Of course, that's one.
What's up, Beatty?
I like the little like subtle stuff too that they have. Like, I don't know if you remember at the end of the movie where they both get Chewbacca masks. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And like, I forget. I think it's Will Ferrell has one that's like a lifelike movie quality one, and the I can't remember his name. Who was it? I can't remember the other actor, but he has one that's like rubber, and he's like, oh, that's nice. It's not movie quality, but like it's just like small little throwaway lines.
Yeah, just little subtle jabs.
That's my favorite. That's definitely my favorite Will Ferrell movie. But anyway, that's my number one.
All right.
Good choice.
Thank you.
All right, so Dan's up number 2.
Oh, just like that, huh?
Yeah, sneaks up on you.
I know. I'm debating between a few right here. I think my first pick's gonna have to be it. It means a lot to me, I guess, because it was kind of the same year I graduated is when this movie came out.
Okay.
So I graduated in 1999, and it was just I don't know what else to say about it. I'm just gonna say the movie then. American Pie.
Oh, good one.
That's definitely up there. Yeah,
it's just great. Like it's kind of like shock and awe comedy, like the comedy on it, and just it was just kind of out. I mean, I don't know. I was graduating high school, and they're graduating high school, and it turns into like a franchise, and it's one of my favorite franchises. So got to start off with the original. So
yeah, that was one of my favorites for a long time. And I've been trying to get my son to watch that with me. My wife won't let it happen yet because there's a lot of Shannon Elizabeth in that movie.
Oh yeah,
I might not be ready for it, but that's a great movie. Yeah, the scene.
Of course, Stifler's mom too. Like,
yeah. There's a lot of questionable stuff.
She's come a long way. She's probably the biggest actor out of that movie. Like in terms of gets the most work, right? I mean. Who else was? I mean, it was a great show, but like all the rest of the guys were like good for maybe 3 or 4 years. That woman is worth.
The dad's a long-term
commitment.
Oh yeah, Eugene Levy. Yeah, and then the way he explained, he's always having these awkward conversations.
Yeah,
with Jason Biggs' character. It's great. It's a great movie. And then it has I don't remember his name now, but the Rookie of the Year kid, he's on there. So it's the same. Oh, yeah. I grew up. I liked Rookie of the Year. So then, Rookie of the Year. He's so it's awesome.
Yeah, that's
Rookie of the Year kid. Which one's that? Who's that kid?
He's like the good-looking guy. Type of, right?
Yeah, he's dating Tara Reid in American Pie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know his name. I don't remember.
I didn't know that was a Rookie of the Year kid. I never made that connection, but you're right. He was a lot younger in Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Rookie of the Year was like 1993 or 94.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, strong choice. Strong choice. Definitely one of my top top of my list.
It was not on my list, but I feel like there's so many. I know. It wasn't on my list, but there should have been. I don't know why it wasn't.
I mean, it's a deep draft, right? Yeah, actually, Step Brothers wasn't on my list either, but
there's so many comedies with broad. I mean, there's like, because I like romantic comedies too, so you can kind of like, I mean, it's depending on how you want to build your team here, I guess.
That's true. And there's a lot of them, or a lot of these are romantic comedies in a sense. A lot of them have, other than Step Brothers, there's no romance. Maybe a little bit. I mean,
it's the romantic of two brothers.
That's right. Yeah. That's a type of
platonic.
Yeah. All right.
One time
number 3. I'm happy that my number one choice is still here for me. And one of the greatest comedic people of our time.
Oh, you're gonna go with that. I know which one you're
going I'm not going with Cabin Boy. And I'm gonna tease that pick. No. But I'm gonna go with There's Something About Mary.
That's that's a good choice.
Small role in that movie, but I mean, just everything else about that movie. Some of that one scene where he's in the bathroom and his
zips his nuts.
Junk gets caught in the zipper. I mean, that scene, I never laughed so hard and so long in a scene. They kept going and going with her special needs brother running around. He was masturbating out in the yard. And
you see my baseball?
Yeah. Oh man, that movie had so much, and there were so many scenes like that. Pick. Yeah. So that's the other thing I don't understand, the layout of that house. Like, how could you be in the bathroom and look out the window and see the girl dressing in another window? What kind of house is that?
You got to suspend reality a little bit. Here,
yeah. But that's
that's good. Yeah, that's
all 3 great picks though. Maybe not Step Brothers, but
Frankenbeans. Yeah,
Yeah. That movie had everything.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Good start.
Type that in.
Huh? Let's see. So that's a good start.
Yeah. You think I was going to go Cabin Boy, Andy, with that pick?
No, I realized like about 30 seconds, or not, about 2 seconds in there, I was like, okay, it can't be Cabin Boy because he's not that stupid.
No, I'm not going to throw away the win.
Well, like, so when you it's Get a Life that's the show, the show you like with Chris Elliott, right?
Yeah.
So then, like, when you met, I didn't remember that show until you started talking about it. But then I remembered, I know the only way I know Chris Elliott is There's Something About Mary, and then he's the dad of what's her face on How I Met Your Mother, Lily. He's Lily's dad on How I Met Your Mother.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's the only way I know. He's always wanting to make board games and stuff on that show. He's kind of a loser.
I've watched a lot of that movie, but never watched a whole series of it.
Oh yeah,
I watch it occasionally.
That's the only way I know.
I don't know if you're a Schitt's Creek fan, but he's on that too.
I haven't seen that. I want to see it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, you should. It's good. It's good. I mean, he's
pretty good in that. Yeah. He's in Everybody Loves Raymond. He's been in.
Oh, is he in a couple episodes? Oh, he's like a producer or something, I think, right?
Well, he's like the brother-in-law, like the the brother-in-law for the girl that the brother married to. I forget the names.
Robert. Okay.
Yeah, he was the guy under the stage, right in the Letterman show.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, multi-talented guy. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if he deserves a sweatshirt though.
Well, it's a custom. I don't think they made one of these. This is Mojo Dojo. If you want any vintage sweatshirt made, it's custom. Yeah, great vintage clothing dealers. All right, let me get to our segment.
Sale of the week.
All right, so people new to the chat, so we show each other. We're going to show the 3 of us here our sales of the week. Or I'm not sure if you have one, Dan. Right? Unless you wanted to.
I can show you that one I showed you beforehand, real fast.
That's cool. Absolutely, yeah.
I don't want to hold you guys up. It's not that.
No, absolutely. No, like, I know you don't deal in sports stuff, and you're like more of a clothing dealer, but I wanted to at least give you that opportunity if you wanted to show something. So, but yeah, we show each other some sales of the week, and then we guess each other's selling price, and we want the chat to guess along as well. And the person in the chat who gets closest to my first item here is going to win the giveaway. It's a little pop culture bundle, sealed Beverly Hills Cop VHS, wax pack bundle with a Simpsons pack, a couple of Spuds McKenzie items, and a Mr. Peanut, and a Harley Davidson button. So somebody's going to win that.
So just to be clear, this is the first one out of the box, right? We're going
this first item. Yeah, closest to this first item.
So bet your best.
Let me find it here.
He hasn't talked this one up, I don't think. I feel like this thing.
All right. So get it. 1940s. Well, I don't think I've showed a baseball glove yet, but a 1940s baseball glove It is signed by Andy Pafko. Andy, you know who Andy Pafko is? Who he played for?
Phillies.
Nah, Cubs. Mainly the Cubs. He played for a couple of 40s Cub center fielder. Signed. I didn't have an LOA or anything with it, so it was a group of signed gloves that I bought years ago. So no LOA, but it's a Wilson brand 1940 split finger glove. And split finger, between the pinky and the rest of the fingers, there will be a little webbing on later gloves. Split finger would mean it's before 1950.
All right. I don't
Kim
know.
Coming with a guess. That's all right. Kim, you probably know more than any about sports. That's all right. I like the guess there. Dan's in at 129.99.
Oh yeah, I went high because he's a Cub.
There you go. Yeah, Cubs is always good.
I don't think you're far off. I mean, I don't think you're over, Dan. If anything, I think you're probably pretty close too. I bet it. Yeah.
And as I said in the intro, Dan is eligible for the giveaway. Andy is not. Andy's just playing for bragging rights here.
Mark's got it.
Mark at 135.99.
Mark is cutting close.
I was pretty good about close to Mark.
$74.
I know Mark has been crushing.
It's a good spot to be close to Mark, right, in this game.
Yep.
Mark knows his stuff.
I just hope he's a little bit over. Well, I guess not. Maybe because then you'll be. I don't want you to be mad at me that I'm hoping you sold it for less than Mark wants you to sell it for.
No.
Yeah, I don't.
Ken, $98. It's a good guess.
Keith's talked to me like ad nauseum about
Bagel
gloves.
Man.
I feel like it's
the new name in the chat. Thanks for joining us, Bagel Man.
He's talked a lot about gloves to me. I feel like where he's had a captive audience. Like if we're driving somewhere, it's like, all right.
It's the best. Yeah, when he's stuck in the car with me, I can just ramble on.
God,
baseball gloves.
So I don't think that this type of glove is like the most. I mean, I think there are earlier gloves than this. The sign thing though throws me a little bit because I feel like it could jack up the price. But I'm gonna go a little over 200. I'm gonna go $219.99.
Oh wow.
$219.99.
Yeah.
We're talking about the domestic market. Yeah. I'm not sure. It wasn't an international sale, if that's what you're asking. I think. Or including Asia. No, I mean, I don't ship. I guess eBay global shipping I ship to Asia, but not. I know there's a lot of like vintage clothing buyers over there. A lot of vintage sweaters I've sold to like Japan and the Asian market. All right, let me let people here know how Andy did.
Watch this. What the heck are you doing?
That's what I'm talking about.
You even made the cut, Dan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah, keep that one on here every week, though.
Yeah, it'll be on there. Yeah, we don't delete them off.
Okay.
But that is a loser for Andy. Let me.
Thank you for saying that.
Oh
my God!
Yeah.
Dan, is that Dan a winner?
Dan is a winner. Yeah, unless there was a late one. Yeah. Dan nailed
it.
He's an in-person winner. That's
that's awesome. Yeah, his guess was 129. So that's strong guess there.
You took an offer. Would you put it up for like 175 or something, or?
That was actually an Etsy sale, and but I did drop the price for someone. So that was, I think I had it for maybe $149.99. I had it listed for a while.
Gotcha.
A little trickier with it not being, not having a letter on it, right? So that was
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good job, Dan.
Well done. Well done. All right.
All right. Let's let Dan go, and then we'll go to you.
Go for it. Yeah. Go for it.
Oh man. Well, now I don't even want to go. I'm embarrassed to go.
No.
Well, you offered me earlier in the week, and I was like, I don't really sell. I sell predominantly mall branded clothes and shoes. Nothing great, but I did have a sports thing I sold like close to 45 minutes ago. So I'll show you. I'll show you guys right now. It's see, it's on hand. I don't have any other pictures or anything, but it's a corduroy Cleveland Browns hat. It doesn't have a brand on it, but it's made in the USA.
Okay,
if you can see that. So I don't know if you guys want to. What else do you want me to say about it?
No, that's good. I mean, I know that's a style hat that I need for the Eagles. I don't have that style hat. I've had it for other teams. I'm pretty sure it's got like a new era panel hat, they call that, where it's like a squared off top.
Yeah.
Looks like the Pirates hat type of him.
Like a pillbox style, you're saying? Yeah. All right, Andy. I don't know your guess. I'm going to guess What did you sell it on eBay, Dan?
Yeah, I sold on eBay.
Okay. I'm going to guess $39.99. $39.99.
And I would get maybe a little bit lower just because maybe it's not a name that I'm going to guess. I'll go with $29.99.
Okay. Final answers. So I'll show you the picture there. Right on the money.
Yeah. Oh, man,
So
it's unbelievable.
Like $39.99, I felt like I wanted to list it for. I guess I could have told you this though. I didn't. Well, I kind of hinted towards you earlier. The bill was a little bit. It was like a little bit bent, so I kind of just priced it for a little bit lower because it wasn't like I didn't feel like it was in perfect condition. I guess.
No,
so
you can't beat that.
I did sneak that in for you.
I picked
no,
up on
that's
it,
quick.
that's why I
Quick
went
sale,
29.99.
strong.
I didn't even let the chat.
Let me show this for Andy.
You didn't need to do that.
Very girly.
But I appreciate it. All right. So let's go to mine. So mine is a double whammy. So this is sold to the same person, basically right back to back. I shipped him. I gave him a shipping discount, so I consider it one bundle buy.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a little heads up. I'll give you a little backstory. I'll give you a backstory after you guys bid on this too, or not bid, but after you guys guess, because there's kind of a cool story behind it too. Because the guy contacted me when he made the offer. But these are like 19. I want to say it's like 70s kind of. It's the slow pitch softball, which I didn't even know it's a professional slow pitch softball. And a lot of these teams. This Columbus Americans had players that were either retired or they were football players that would play softball and back in the 70s. And so this was a team that was obviously in Columbus. And then this is the actual, I guess, pennant for the league.
There's not a team on that? Okay, I was going to ask.
It's not a specific team. So there are other teams that you may have seen before. There's like the Brewskis. There's a team called the Brewskis. There's a team called the Hearth Hammers or something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of, and there's a team.
Joe's dad played slow pitch.
There you go.
Cool.
But okay, so I'll let you.
All right.
I'll let you fight over. That's good.
This is a tricky one because I've never sold slow pitch softball or pro softball pennants.
I thought you were the king of pennants, though. I thought you were the king.
I am the king. I'm the king. But I think the league one's got to be rarer, right? I mean, some of those like league pennants are they sell for a premium because every team might have interest in that, and they probably didn't make many of them. So Dan is at 55 in the chat. So this is a both price, right? So I'm gonna be a little higher than that. I'm gonna think you might have like heard a sob story in the messages and gave a discount for somebody, but I'm gonna guess $80 on the pair, so 40 each.
Okay,
so pretty close to Jill. Jill was at 76. Kim was at 65. Kim at 149. Dan was 55.
So I will say, actually, I should do this first, right?
Oh yeah, give me my win video.
To the top rope with Shane McMahon out of the ladder.
So this was one of them.
Okay, all right, so just getting there.
And that was the other.
52.
52. So Dan nailed it again.
Yeah.
Dan is absolutely crushing.
Running a ringer in this game.
Man.
I know. He cannot. But yeah, anyway, I'll do a quick. The story behind this too is like the guy reached out to me. He was a bat boy for the team, I guess, in the 70s, and had collected all his stuff and was a bat boy for the Columbus Americans or whatever that team. And he sent me a few pictures of stuff that he had, which I thought was kind of cool. Let's see if I can find it. Sorry.
No, it's cool.
So that's the picture. This is Jim Northrup and Norm Cash. They were. This is the Detroit Caesars. Is a team that was owned by Mike Ilitch. If you know him, he was a owner and the founder of Little Caesars Pizza. and he also owned the Detroit Tigers and the Red Wings. So that was one of them. This is the Detroit Caesars thing. I think this is Mike Ilitch in the bottom right there, and then he had a couple kind of like programs and stuff like that too. So anyway.
I think I have a program somewhere from that league too. I don't know if I ever listed it. I'll have to reach out to your source.
I thought it was a cool story.
So you probably gave him a pretty steep discount on that since he gave you that sob story.
No,
he
bought him outright.
So really? He didn't make an offer?
I don't. Maybe he bought it within like the window of what I would automatically accept.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, you're automatic accepted.
I was gonna say some of the other ones that I have a bunch, not a bunch, but a few more in this in the softball league are more expensive, I think. But the one that you were talking about, the league one, was actually very low. There was a bunch of those out there.
Huh, that's weird.
For some reason. And the Columbus one was not the highest price one by any means. So there was probably 3 or 4 others that were probably like you had thought, like in the $70 range. But yeah.
Let me get
that's mine.
Yeah. Man, Dan is cleaning up on this game so far.
I know. He's doing a clean sweep and he'll win this too, maybe.
I hope so. That's the plan.
All right, so
I don't have a lot going for myself.
No, come on.
All
right. So I'm going to go on the wraparound, right? Me?
Yep.
Okay. I'll get rid of that for a second because we don't need that anymore. So, all right. First pick, second round. This movie has like so many funny moments. I could laugh throughout this whole movie. Okay. But it has to be a great movie when you have a hilarious scene where a guy is selling a blind child a bird where its head was duct taped back on. Right? I mean, that scene in Dumb and Dumber, classic scene. I mean, the whole movie, everything about it. And we have a bunch of clips from that movie in our that we use a lot in our sales of the week category.
Yeah,
so definitely Dumb and Dumber. Maybe not the second one or the third one, but
I just watched that yesterday. Yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. I hadn't seen it forever, and I didn't know if it held up. It holds up. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I watched it not that long ago with my son too. Yeah, he loves it too.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't think this. Have you guys watched the second one?
I know I've seen Dumb and Dumber 2, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, it didn't hold up for me.
I think the second one was pretty good. The third one, where it was like a different cast, was not great.
I didn't even know there was a third one.
Yeah, they're not in it. It's like they look somewhat like them, but they're not them.
It's a straight to video one, I guess.
Yeah. There's so many great. Like the whole you want to hear the most annoying noise in the world? I think I've done that to Andy in the car a number of times.
Yeah, you definitely have. We've gone back and forth on that one.
Yeah.
You did that probably before that too. You were annoying before he was annoying. So
yeah, my dad actually did that when I was a kid. He would do that in the mall, just to yell. Like forget what he would yell, but he would do that just to embarrass us. So,
Dan, Keith's dad, he's basically I don't know. He's like a fictional character. Like he does not make sense. Like all this crazy stuff, but he is really funny. But not intentionally. That's the thing. I don't think half the time he's not intentionally funny.
He'll show up at every holiday in some sort of random, I don't know, like dressed up like it's a really deranged Easter bunny showed up for Easter. Like it was like the creepiest costume with a taxidermied rabbit. I mean, it was all yeah. I'm the most normal person in my family, which is not saying a whole lot.
Really?
Yeah. I can believe that. Yeah.
All right. So it's back to Dan.
Over to you, Dan.
Okay. This is so hard to pick. I'm just not sure what you guys are gonna take. If I can get one of these when they come back too.
That's the danger, right? You don't know if
you're probably pretty safe because Andy has some questionable picks. He's gonna be reaches over there, so you probably safe to
get out of here.
All right, I'm gonna go. In my hallway here, I have movie posters up down the hallway. And one of my movie posters up there is one of my favorite movies. It's with Jeff Bridges, Big Lebowski.
Ooh, good one.
The dude,
strong pick.
The dude. Yeah, I love the dude. It's a great movie.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
I haven't seen it. I was just gonna say I have not seen it in a long time. And when you told me to come comedy movies, I'm like, I need to watch Big Lebowski again. So it's gonna be on my list of stuff to watch. Yeah,
that movie was like, I don't know if there were. It was, first of all, it was a really good movie as a Coen brothers, right?
I think so.
overall just a good movie. But it was funny. I don't know. It didn't have like hysterical laugh out loud stuff for me. Like, but it is very funny. Like which is two different types of movies. Like
when he goes and shows up and wants money for the carpet, and it's just like it's hilarious.
It's not slapsticky, which is good. Which I think which is a smart move, because I think a lot of people think that's what it is. And Keith is really Euro-centered, almost completely on slapstick right now, which is not a great start. I mean, like Dumb and Dumber and Something About Mary are essentially the same movie.
I know Dad picked a great pick there, which is like a complicated movie and hilarious, right? But it's not like you're not going to be like dying laughing, but it's a funny movie, the whole context of it. But
right.
Step Brothers is slapstick. I mean, you act like you're picking.
I only have one pick so far, so
I know. Well, that's probably going. I know.
Yeah. Okay. So I have two picks here. I'm trying to think. I think I'm pretty safe to go with a couple of these later, because I don't think you're going to take them. I'm going to go with. I think this is a 1979 movie, starring one of the funniest, I think, like he's pretty slapsticky actors. He has a very different like feel than most actors. It's Leslie Nielsen, and he was not the main character, so it's not the one you may be thinking of. It's Airplane, though. Airplane is one of the, I don't know. I watched that recently, and it's one of the funniest movies.
I haven't seen it in forever.
What's that?
I was gonna say I haven't seen it in forever, but it's funny. It's good.
Does that movie hold up or no?
So, in a certain way, it does. But I didn't have a great acronym this time. I had something. I was trying to make a ha thing or something like that, like hilarious and
disappointing, Mark, Andy.
Yeah, I know, Mark. I know. I failed you this week. I can. Next week I'll come back strong, I'm sure.
Leslie Nielsen, though, is a great, like, he's like a very dry comedian, right? But it's hilarious. But he's not like slapsticky, but like delivery is like everything for him.
Oh yeah, I mean, they have great lines and stuff too throughout that movie. It's like Shirley, you can't be serious, and he's like, yeah, I'm serious, and don't call me Shirley. It's like there's that type of stuff the whole time, and like it's very I don't know.
It's streaming on Pluto, so I'm gonna put that on the list to watch. It's on Pluto TV. I don't want to say it's not risque. It's just like it was a different time back then, so some of the humor is like probably wouldn't fly as much this time. But yeah, it's really good, I think, in my opinion.
I don't want to steal other picks, but I know there's other movies he's been in. But there was another series that I never heard of for him. It was like a crime movie.
Naked Gun?
In case it's not Naked Gun, but there's another one before that. Naked Gun. All the Naked Guns were great. I didn't want to mention it and steal someone's pick there, but.
Yeah, I don't know. He was in a couple things, but he's been a lot. Obviously,
very similar character in all of his movies, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought you were going with someone different. Another movie. I don't want to say it, but when you said 1979, and then I was thinking totally different movie.
I know. That's when I started talking. I was like, well, this could be like. There's a bunch of movies like this too. So it's like there's. But anyway, this is in the 70s. I think. Step Brothers is what, 2000s maybe? It's got to be right, or maybe 90s, late 90s.
It's like I'm gonna look it up. I think I'm gonna guess like 2010, 10ish.
Yeah. So,
definitely blending errors.
2008.
You're trying to appeal to everyone with your pick. I get it, Eddie.
All right. Okay.
All right. That's nice. Let me get to a section here, or segment. Section.
The true king of Pennants will be crowned.
For the king!
All right. So in this segment, the new segment we started last week, me and Andy each picked sort of blindly a pennant out of our death pile. Don't research it. Don't look up comps. Just based on feel, based on instinct. We select a pennant. And last week I selected. Get my screen share. Where is that? All right, here we go.
Got too many tabs up, right?
Yeah, a lot of tabs. So here we go. So I selected the top pennant, the Buffalo Bison's minor league baseball pennant. Andy selected the CFL Barracudas football pennant from 1995. And
What do we think, dude? Who do we think won this? Do we? Dan, if you had to guess, who do you think would have won that out of those two? I know we're putting on the spot with Pennants, which is not really fair, but
but I'm gonna say Bisons.
That's a good guess, Dan. That's a good guess. But let me show you this.
Oh,
Winner, chicken dinner.
that's horrible.
So, that was bad. So Andy did win.
I was just gonna say right when I said that, I was like, oh, I forgot the inaugural season.
Yeah. So this was his sale.
He's got a
139. 139, and mine's still available. So where'd you get that crown? Where'd you get that?
What are you talking about? What, you didn't get one? You didn't get one?
Come on, you didn't. Oh man.
Pretty nice, right?
Yeah,
right.
You can't get your earphones over it.
I know. It's not exactly the most well produced crown, but I'll take it. You don't like it, Keith?
Yeah. No, I don't like it.
I'm sure you'll get one next week, right?
I think so. Yeah. So I was shocked, and we knew going in that you were going to price that pennant at $79.99. I said you should go higher, so I should get partial credit for that win. But that's all right.
That's good.
Still would have won though, regardless, right?
Yeah,
would have beaten your pennant.
You would have. My pennant didn't sell at all. It's still available. So if anybody's interested.
Maybe next week.
Andy wins round one of that game. He's the king of pennants for a week.
Woo!
This week
with the story behind that too is I think we got off the call, right? Didn't I? Maybe it was the next day. I sent him a picture. It was like 139, and he was like, "It's already sold. I already won," because you couldn't beat me then.
Yeah. It was over. It was over early. Anticlimactic competition.
Well,
but this week we went with a non-sports pennant, right? A little non-sports action pennant. So I'll show mine, Andy. Andy, let me ask you this: in terms of baseball cards, Andy, what's the holy grail? Or Dan, the holy grail of baseball cards? Do you guys know? What would you say?
Honus Wagner or
Honus Wagner? Honus Wagner. Well, the holy grail of non-sports pennants.
Can't be right.
Is a fruit stand pennant. Tiny's fruit stand, Kashmir, Washington.
It's not bad.
Yeah. It's a little
cool
oddball piece.
It's actually a cool pennant.
Yeah. Tiny. I read up on him. He started this fruit stand in 1959. This dates between 59 and 63. Tiny, his real name was Dick Tiny Graves. I don't know why you throw the whole name out there like that. But that was his name. And he advertised the biggest fruit stand in the world. So,
but he's tiny. I thought we were going something with advertising the biggest something else with his name.
No, but he was 6'4", 400 pounds, and the biggest fruit stand in the world.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
All right.
So what do you got?
Not bad. Okay, so that's interesting because I went with since we went travel pennants too. I think that the key to a travel pennant is like a good graphic and a good like not oversaturated place, right? Would you agree, Keith?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so this one, I don't know if you can see it.
Yep. Oh, not anymore.
It's Dog Patch, Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
And it's got this guy who's
you blocked that again.
I know. It's got this old drunk hillbilly that's I think like petting his pet pig.
Let me take your sign off. I can't. That's what it is. A pig.
Yeah. I'll put the pennant up on the screen too.
Okay.
It looks a little better for some reason.
And that's always you got a little like whimsical pig. I got the whimsical. I don't know if you said the worm coming out of the apple on the end.
Yeah.
You need a little whimsy on these pennants too, right?
It's true. Whimsy always helps.
Yeah.
So that's a little closer look if you can see. Actually, I'll move. There you go. That's that.
That's cool.
Dog patch. What is that? A city? Is that like a?
I couldn't find anything on it. And the good news was I could not find any. There's Dog Patch, like was it Dog Patch, Washington, maybe? But also, I figured the Ozarks is kind of a happening place, right? I mean, since the movie and stuff like that, I feel like maybe that's a little bit of a selling point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, any place that people might vacation in, if they have a home there or they want to remember a trip there, that helps.
Exactly. I don't know that the drunk hillbilly with a pig is a great way to spice to freshen up your place, but who knows?
Hey, people love. Yeah, I think it is. I would hang it. But yeah, so that's our competition. Andy, what did you list your dog pet? We didn't list them yet. We're gonna list them right after the show. But what's your plan to list that at?
My plan is $39.99.
All right. I couldn't find comps on mine either. I went a little higher because there are some like postcards that I found and stuff. I went $89.99 OBO.
All right.
So we'll see.
No, if you sell it, you win, right? It's not the first to sell it, right? It's selling
selling price. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
I don't think that I don't think it also is not in the best condition. It's got a few kind of folds and stuff in it. So and the tip's not like perfect. So
yeah,
anyway.
Most of these are going to be like that. But yeah, the only pennant I could find that was a comp. This guy was also known as the king of cider. He would go around the area, buy out everyone's cider, and try to monopolize cider. And there was a king of cider pennant that sold for $80. So I did find that.
Maybe all right, a little Abner. See?
Oh, you got to put that in the title, Andy. Maybe it's a little Abner related.
I don't know what I'm going to remove. I have hillbilly and I have hog, so I don't know which one to remove from the line. But maybe I'll jack the price up a little more now. I guess I can't do that now that you.
No, I don't care. Until you click the list, you can do
okay.
whatever. Yeah,
maybe I'll go up a little bit.
I'm not afraid of you. You can change it.
Yeah, you should be because I have the crown to prove it. Clearly,
that's true. That really hurts. All right, let me get back to the draft board here.
All right, where am I here? We are.
So who drafted last? You drafted last, right, Andy? You drafted Airplane.
Yes,
yeah,
I did. Okay, I'm trying to think. This is tough because I gotta wait a while to come back. I don't want to miss any of these guys. Okay. I'm going to go with, I think this is actually probably a mid 80s movie now that I think, but I can't remember the exact date, but maybe even later 80s. But I'm going to go with, I feel like Eddie Murphy's best movie, and that's Coming to America.
That's good.
It has, first of all, it's a hilarious movie. I feel like it's got some great actors in it. It's got what's his name? He was Arsenio Hall's in it, and it has a lot of quotes in it that I definitely use. Even like when he's like walking by and when he first starts up, he has that elephant that walks by. And he's like, "Hello, Babar." And there's a lot of good quotes.
I haven't seen it in a long time. Have you seen the remake, Andy?
No,
isn't there a recent remake? I didn't see it.
No. I didn't see that either.
Soul Glow, like, come on, that's just classic, hilarious stuff. That I don't know. I think he's one of the best comedians probably from the 80s, and that was like, I don't know how many other great movies he was in. I mean, I'm sure there are some others, but
there's another one in a similar time frame that I loved more. But that's that interaction.
Bad ones too.
Yeah. The interaction between him and Arsenio Hall was great.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that pick.
Good pick. Yeah, good pick. All
right, thank you. All right, it's back to you, Dan.
Oh,
right.
Oh, it's so hard now. I don't. The last time.
Thank you, Tim.
I'm scared about my errors because my first pick is 1999 movie, and then my second pick is a 1998 movie. So I think I'm gonna go a little bit older too, and it's kind of one of the first. I mean, I guess not really the first family kind of comedy movie I remember, but it was one of my favorite comedians that I remember my parents letting me watch. Well, not that it was crazy, but it's just a summer feel to it. The Great Outdoors. I don't know. I mean,
yeah. John Candy,
John Candy, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
I just loved watching that movie. It's just a good movie. Dan Aykroyd's hilarious, and John Candy's hysterical too. So it was just like, they go to the cabin. I don't remember if the movie's set in the summertime, but I just remember watching. It's from the late 80s.
Yeah,
I think it's the old time. Yeah,
the old 96er, right?
Yeah, it's and they get the cabin, the big bear, and the guy's been hit by lightning 66 times. So
he shoots the bear in his ass too.
Yes. He shoots off his hair, off his I like that.
The line that I remember
with a bat or something too. Go ahead.
I don't know. The line I remember from the movie was, or maybe not the exact line, but when he's eating the steak, or like he's eating the 96-ounce steak, and he's like, he's like, all right, he's finished, he's done. He's like, there's nothing but gristle and fat left. He looks at him and stuff, and he's got to eat all the gristle and fat. Oh, it's horrible. Yeah,
there was a bat in the house too. They were trying to. Is that movie? There was all trying to run around catch the bat. Yeah. That's a great one. And I think John Candy's awesome.
Those two are great. I think like Aykroyd in that movie was like not in like a.
He was a jerk.
Yeah, he didn't play like maybe not his typical role, but like I feel like he's got a different role. Yeah,
he acted like he was. Well, they pretended to be rich, or they were rich, and then they lost their money. Yeah, and he goes on this trip. It's funny. It's good.
Yeah. Candy is just, I don't know.
He's hysterical.
Why he's so funny? It's just like the timing and just like he's like he's pre.
Tons of, I mean, you can make like a whole. I could do all 5 movies on him. I think.
Yeah.
There's so many good movies.
There's another one. Yeah, there's another one that that
it might be a little bit. It's tough. They're tough because when you said Eddie Murphy too, I'm thinking other Eddie Murphy. They're tough.
Yeah. This is. I'm glad that we picked that they're. I mean, with having a third person, that like, it's not like there's only 10 good movies, right? It's really this is really based on what you're kind of either taste grew up with or taste.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my movies are centered probably ones I grew up with. But
what's up, Paul?
Hey, Paul.
And this is Paul, the home of the Real Reselling Draft podcast.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, on Monday nights. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for joining us. But Paul, I will defend me and Andy that we started this show with our first episode. We did a ranking. We ranked our favorite football movies. But when we did that, we realized we were picking the same movies, and it was hard to have a conversation when we're like, our picks were the same. So that's why we went to a draft shortly after.
Yep.
Just coincidence. But thanks for And again, we're pretty heavy on memorabilia too. We've already had a couple of memorabilia segments.
That's right.
Timu show. It gives a Timu show.
All right, this is tough now. There's a movie that I feel is more chalk, but I want to take a movie that might not be on anyone's list here.
It won't be if you just said that. I can guarantee it.
I love this actor, and he plays a lot of different roles. But he has a couple movies, but the funniest movie he made is Borat.
Okay.
Baron Cohen. I love Borat, man. So many scenes are just hysterical, and some of it's almost like a mockumentary. Never seen Borat?
I've never seen Borat.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I always hear people talk about it. This is one I've never seen.
Some of it I think is more like mockumentary, right? And it's like real scenes. Like some of the people.
I love documentaries.
Yeah.
So I will say, I was trying to think of movies that make me either laugh, like I think are funny throughout the entire thing, or that like, and also movies that made me laugh like out loud hysterically. I couldn't almost pee myself type of thing. I feel like there's maybe a couple scenes in Borat where I could not contain myself. Like the majority of the movie is okay. Like I don't think it's great. Like, but there are a couple scenes where I'm like, it's probably made me laugh the loudest, like the hardest. But it's just it wasn't consistently through the movie, I think, for me. But
the scene where he's like, they're both running nude and they're wrestling through the convention, horrible. Which I think the people in the convention were not actors, right? They were just like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah.
And part of the thing is too, like, it was the shock. I mean, it was at the right time, the shock value of it. And also like just the fact that I don't think it stayed funny for me. Like the more I see it, I don't laugh as hard as I did. But the first time I saw it, I was on the floor.
Oh yeah. I mean, I watched his the Ali G show, and that show is hysterical, man. I like his Ali G character almost as more than the other characters, but
Bruno not so good. I didn't think.
Bruno wasn't great. Yeah, Bruno wasn't great. Or the Dictator too was another one, right?
That was again. They had some funny parts, but like Borat was the best one though that he's done, I think, by a long shot.
All right, so let me show this. We'll get to a segment, but that's moving through the draft pretty well here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right. So in this segment, we take a little deep dive into a piece of sports memorabilia. And this one's going to be a quick, brief one on a type of doll called a horseman football doll. You ever seen these, Andy or Dan?
No.
These are from the 60s. These are little wind-up dolls. Sell for pretty good money. The Eagles one's probably like $50, $60 if you find them. And I bought one this weekend for $5. I'll show you that in a second. But the cheerleader is rare. The cheerleader's a little Eagles pennant. I don't know if she got like a mohawk. I know what's up with her hair there.
Not creepy at all.
Yeah. The cheerleaders sell for more money though. If you find the cheerleaders, probably $80 to $100. What's up, wow. Snow? How's it going, man? But anyway, I bought this one this weekend, and this one's a. Let me get up.
Is this a? Oh God, is this? Better not be.
No, this is a Lions one actually. I bought it for $5.
Don't it doesn't have a pull cord. I know that. So
no, it doesn't wind up. It doesn't have a pull cord. But some disgruntled Lions fans, after losing season, took the helmet decals off and really hurt the value of this guy.
It's
just
very sad.
A fed up Lions fan.
Really?
But still pretty good selling value. I think I had this one listed for $45. I did get an offer today. I countered it, so we'll see. But so cool. Something you find these guys. I paid $5. You find them cheap if you're out picking a yard sale. These guys are worth picking up.
Did you find that at a yard sale, or where did you find that one?
I found it at a flea market.
Okay,
yeah, like an antique flea market. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say those things probably you wouldn't necessarily guess are like really high end or $40 or $50, but
yeah, they're not $1,000 piece, but they're
$45 is great.
Yeah. 5 to 45 is not too bad.
Are those Eagles ones in your collection, or
yeah, they're personal collection stuff. Yeah, these aren't going anywhere. I don't have a doll collection per se, but I do have some dolls in it.
I can't get away from this stuff. Geez, I'm getting harassed by Is it because I'm wearing the jersey and the hat?
I think he might be talking more about me, or is he? Paul's an Eagles fan. Let's see. Crazy that toy was made when they see him out.
I think
he's talking about. Yeah, he's talking about the Eagles, right? Because both. I mean, because the Eagles have won Super Bowl since that, and the Lions have no Super Bowl, so the both is the correct answer.
Right.
What's up, Mr. Cub fan? We already did the guessing. We have another sales of the week round coming up shortly here, though. Oh, you're talking about the Lions. Yeah.
All right, baby. We're on the rise.
Paul, if you watch through the podcast, I have an epic burn of Andy early on in this episode, early on in the podcast. Remember that, Andy?
Remember it well. Remember it well. Still recovering.
And in fact, Roman usually comes in and burns the Lions too. Roman's not here.
I know.
All right. Let me get back to the. He doesn't like Dan Campbell.
I take that as a compliment then. Thank you.
My shit sucked.
No, far more subscribers than me. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let me put that up here. Let me get rid of this for a second. So yeah, Snow. For next week, for people, definitely tune in because we're gonna have the Go Snow on as a guest doing the ranking or drafting the best horror movies.
Oh,
so that's gonna be a fun one too. I know he's gonna hate my picks. I don't know about Andy's pick, but he's gonna hate. I mean, he generally hates my picks on all of our podcasts. But
well, I mean, rightfully so. So
you think?
Maybe
some
not.
All right. How do we get? There we go. So yeah, that's gonna be a fun time. Yeah, next week, same time, 8:00.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not great at horror movies, so I mean, there's a few that I like, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
I don't watch a ton of horror.
You did.
I have a few. I do. I have a few I've watched, but I have like one that I watch religiously. But
oh, really?
I get scared.
I love them. My wife refuses to watch horror movies, so I gotta watch with my son, and pulling him away from video games to watch a movie with me is like a major challenge. But I've watched some with him.
Cool.
Let's see, what is that? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Go Snow hates my picks. He's gonna loathe my picks next week. I know it. And we also have a great horror giveaway plan too. So
how many movies has Chris Elliott been in the horror movies?
Scary movie, right? He's in.
Oh, geez, that's true. It's true.
That might be more of a comedy movie than a horror movie, though. I don't know. Let's see. What is this?
That's what I'm talking about.
They did.
Right.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, they did better than the Eagles as well this year. So,
but the same record, right? Or did they not? I forget.
12.
I don't even know.
What was it? 12 and 6, or yeah, that was it. Yeah, 12 and 6, 12 and 5. That's what Detroit was, I think. But anyway,
Okay, I forget what the Eagles were. Anyway, all right. So I'm on the wraparound, right, Andy? I think it's back to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go. This movie has like similar to some of my slapstick movie picks. Has moments where you just hysterically laugh throughout, at least several moments. And it's gonna be the movie that I made for the thumbnail with Andy as the baby.
Oh, that's good.
I went with The Hangover. Hangover number 1.
Yeah.
Hangover 2 is good, but Hangover 1 I love Zach Galifianakis. Everything he does.
Yeah.
I mean,
His
character that's so good. Yeah,
That's a great pick.
Yeah, that's a. I feel like that's got to be after Step Brothers, right? That must have been like what, 15 or 14, somewhere around there, maybe. Does that sound right? I don't know.
No, I think it's gonna be around the same time. I bet you.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe I'm
bet
wrong. But
2010, because I could be wrong. Let me see.
it
was 2009.
Oh wow!
2009
Okay, I didn't realize it's that far back. Had a great cast too. Like it had Ed Helms, it had
Bradley Cooper,
what's his name? Kim Jong, not Kim.
Yeah. Ken Jeong.
Ken Jeong. Yeah.
And Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson makes some appearances in there. Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good movie. Good pick.
What's up, Real Life? Welcome in, man. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, guys, check out Real Life. He's got a live show Friday night. It's like a pop culture live show. Great show. Great channel. So yeah. So I think it's back to Dan, right?
All right, Dan. We're coming down the home stretch, so we need these final picks. You know, this is where you make or break your team. So
I know. Man, I was thinking Hangover.
You could take Hangover 2 or 3. You might get the package deal on those.
I forget 3. I forget what that one is. I know I've seen 2. That's
I watched 1 and 2, like probably last summer, and then 3 wasn't streaming anywhere, and I happened to go to the thrift store and find it, and I bought it, and then it's somewhere in this room. I don't remember where I said it, and I haven't watched it yet. But there's way better comedy movies than one of those.
Yeah,
it was not bad, but
yeah, 3 was underwhelming if I recall.
I think I'm gonna go with it might be one of the. I could be wrong. Like it might be just me misspeaking, but it's like one of the last good like school movies, which sucks because I already have American Pie. So should I pick it? I'm gonna pick it. I'm gonna go with Super Bad.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I saw that a lot. I mean, I didn't do too many lists, but I saw it on a lot that people love that show.
It's a great movie. It's a great comedy movie. I'm a little worried because I have American Pie on there already. They're kind of.
I wouldn't worry about that.
They're not the same thing, but they're kind of the same thing. Yeah. That's just kind of
coming of age.
I don't know.
Movie, for sure.
I feel like every 10 years or so, like it's kind of this. It was older, right? Or it was newer than
2007. It's 2007.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if really. Yeah. So it's I mean a lot of my movies are kind of around those same. I mean, kind of the same thing. I can probably name 5 of those same type of movies.
Yeah. Oh, that scene where he's like dancing with the girl at the party, his pants have a stain. I'm not going to go too much of a detail there. That's like most hilarious scene. Oh man.
I mean, it's got McLovin too, so that's like kind of one of the most iconic kind of memes. I guess it's probably the original meme or something. It got a great cast too. It had Seth Rogen and a lot of Michael Cera was in it, right?
Jonah Hill, yeah.
Jonah Hill, of course. Yeah.
Great, good movie.
Yeah, no, that's a good pick. I don't know why I didn't watch that as much as I should. I should go back and watch it. I just haven't seen it as much.
I think I didn't actually see it till it came to video.
Oh, okay.
DVD. It wasn't like most of the other. Well, I guess not great. But like American Pie, I saw in the theaters probably 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And by the way, guys, I put some links in the chat for Dan's channel, his Pocket Change podcast channel, the Real Life channel, the Real Life Perspective Show, and Go Snow. So definitely check out all those channels.
Thank you.
All right. So this is my 3rd pick. 4th pick? Can you pull up the list? I don't know.
Yeah. Let me share it. Give me 1 second.
Is this the final 2 picks then for me?
Yeah, you have 2 left. Yeah.
Oh,
moving.
I feel like I'm. There's like 3 movies I really want. I don't think you guys are taking any of them.
Oh my
I know.
god, I only have 1 pick left.
We could have went like 10 rounds on this and still had movies. I mean, it is like hard.
See, like my heart's in this one movie, but I know they're very similar movies, very close, and both of them I absolutely love. So, but I think I need to save one movie for the last one. So, all right, I'm going to go early 80s. Going back to that, 2 of the best comedy actors of the 80s teamed up in this one, and they came up with Caddyshack. Caddyshack is just an incredible movie. It was just on the other night. We watched that. I want to say it was like 82 or 83, maybe. Had an incredible cast: Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield. What is that? Something Night? I don't know. Yeah, Caddyshack though.
Good choice. I've not seen it in forever, but good choice.
You've got. It's still good. But I will say, I can't believe how good not Aykroyd. Why do I keep saying Aykroyd? Chevy Chase is. He's in just some absolute like killing movies. In that, I think he was the best actor, like best comedy actor in the 80s. If you look at what
Chevy
he
Chase,
was putting out, what he was putting out. I mean, we can go through after. Like, I won't take any of your picks, but like, there's a lot that he had that I think people can't even imagine. I mean, everyone he had was like a Will Ferrell kind of thing. Like he was struck gold every time. So
I feel like there aren't a lot of comedians like that these days. Or there's some like Will Ferrell, but like back then there was that troupe of like Bill Murray. Totally gonna blanket all of them right now as I started to talk.
Yeah,
but John Candy,
Aykroyd,
and who's the other the guy in The Jerk? I'm out still a pick.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Like they were like the steady, like there were tons of movies from those guys.
I met
you
Steve
don't
Martin
see that much anymore. Oh, really?
And I met Bill Murray too.
Steve Martin growing up was like my favorite comedian. He used to put up these, like I remember like driving up to my grandparents. I wasn't driving, but and we would put on like those records they used to put on that had like it was basically their comedy show, and we used to listen to him constantly. So funny.
He's great. I worked at a casino before I started. I do reselling full time now. I was working at a casino, and I live in Indiana. The casino is like 20 minutes from Chicago. And so it's a nice sized casino. And they have a big venue there where they do shows. And Steve Martin came to the casino to do a show. And I worked in the poker room, and I was a supervisor, and he was playing cards. And they had like the host and stuff were like, Steve Martin's playing in the room. You know, make sure you keep an eye on him. The second he moves, you call us. So they wanted to make sure people are there meeting him so they could get him off to his thing. And then like I got sidetracked because I'm like. And I lost them. And so then I was like, I felt so bad. So then I ran up to him. I'm like, I'm so sorry. So it was a real quick meeting on that. But I stalked Bill Murray at a Cubs game. I was
gonna say, I thought he was a big Cubs fan.
Yeah, I saw him go into a like a box and I was at a Sunday night game, and I saw him go in the box, and I'm like, I am not leaving here until I see Bill Murray. So I came out and I waited for him. And I went nuts when I saw him. He had bodyguards. They were holding me back. And he's like, let him through. And I shook his hand. He had like the softest hands ever. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
His hands are so soft.
That's what I remember, his hands. And that's great. That's so funny that you remember that.
That's funny.
I told him I watched at the time. Sorry. I told him I watched Groundhog Day like every day. I was working at that time. I was working at Blockbuster Video. And every day before work, I would put a movie in. And I literally was watching Groundhog Day. And he's like, I go, oh, I watch Groundhog Day every day. And he goes, oh, I bet you it feels like that. And I laughed. And then whenever I tell that story, I'm like, oh my God, everyone told them that. But I literally I did.
It's funny because
that's a great movie. Chris Elliott's in that movie too, Andy.
Okay.
Chris Elliott's a great. Yeah, he's
the
camera guy.
Yeah.
Everybody remember he's the only one that remembers he's in any movie.
Except when he says it, then I did remember. Yeah, he is the cameraman.
By the way, Snow, I'm wearing a little Mojo Dojo NFT of Chris Elliott. You got a life. Just
not winning any votes.
He's a big He's close with the Mojo Dojo people over there. But even though
yeah,
he says
it's funny
Andy's winning
because
by a landslide.
there's a couple of those guys. Like Chevy Chase is, I think, widely considered like just an absolute jerk. Like out and about, he's just a hard person to work with. Like he was on shows later too. Wasn't very good, but I've heard good. Yeah, Bill Murray, I think, has always been a good guy. I heard Steve Martin's a pretty nice guy to like not like these crazy. I mean, Chevy Chase was really only funny when he was on cocaine, apparently. So like, that's all he did in the 80s. But it's cool that you had a good experience with him. I wouldn't have been able to go up to him, I don't think. But
that's fine.
All right. So what do we got for we got a final pick or pennant pick?
The sales of the week. Yeah. Is that what you're trying to say? Okay. Let me get to the segment section.
Sale of the week.
All right. Let me get to mine first here.
I'm
not a pennant for you, Andy.
Not a pennant. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I have one for you. So
okay.
Get your pennant hat on soon. You can maybe borrow my crown if you get this one. Oh.
All
right. Jersey. It's a jersey with a diaper in it.
That's the crotch strap. Very common with vintage game used football jerseys, the crotch strap.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, this is 1960.
Funny thing,
put a cup in there.
I think it's just so you can't pull the jersey out of the pants. Like you can't tug a jersey out, prevent holding and stuff.
It's funny though, but that was your nickname in high school, wasn't it? Crotch strap.
How did you remember that? That's good memory. Not my nickname.
That's what I remember. Okay.
All right, we digress. Crotch strap. So this is a 1968 Temple University game used football jersey with crotch strap. Andy, do you know the famous, not on this team, but a couple years earlier, you know the famous player who played for Temple? Get it together, Andy.
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh.
I
can't. I'll try to talk to keep it going here. Oh man, this is the first time. I've done it before. I'm done
now.
All right.
Andy set me up not knowing Motown.
That was
awesome. Sorry, I couldn't stop. Once I start, I can't stop.
Yeah, that's happened.
All right. Okay, sorry. Back to crotch strap. What do we got?
It's so 1968 Temple University game used football jersey. But I was asking you, the famous person who played football at Temple in the 60s, not known for athletics after the fact.
Bill Cosby?
Yeah, Bill Cosby. He played at Temple a few years before this.
I knew he went to Temple. I didn't know what he was.
Played running back.
Okay.
Played running back for them. Obviously, went on to some more infamy recently, but
yeah. Unfortunately, known for other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Game used Temple stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know at this one. This is gonna be tough.
Andy, if you had a good memory, you would remember that in like 10 years ago, I was at a show in Baltimore. You came with me for a day, and I bought a couple of these at that show and flipped them at the show.
Okay.
You remember that?
Vaguely, not really. I mean, I try to.
So we got some guesses in the chat. We got Mr. Cub fan at 350, Beatty at 350 as well.
Ooh, coming in. Okay.
It's a good idea, Kim T. I didn't model it. I should have.
Yeah.
Mark at 229.99.
I don't know. This is tough.
Dan, while he's thinking, Dan, I know a lot of clothing sellers, at least like vintage jersey sellers, they hire like models, like women models, to like dress up in the football jersey and pose for their eBay listings. I don't know if you ever thought of that for clothing. I don't know.
I haven't, but I've seen. I feel like it's more on like Depop.
Oh, really? Do they do it? Okay.
I think they do it on. I don't really. I list very sporadically on Depop because I get really mad, and then they tell me that they're going to take my stuff down because I'm inactive because no one's looking at my stuff on there.
I had the same issue. I was briefly on there, and got off quickly. What's up, Tim? Welcome in, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tim. Definitely check out Tim's channel, Over the Year Sports. Just hit 1,000 subscribers on his channel, I saw. So congrats, Tim.
Great channel. Get Tim on here.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure, man. We'll definitely reach out.
I don't put you on the spot.
No, trust me. Tim, you two are my favorite, like funniest people on YouTube.
Oh,
thanks. Tim, for sure, man.
Andy, you just missed him.
Way down the list, Andy.
You just missed the doozy, Tim.
We'll cut it up. Don't worry. Right?
Yeah, let's make that a short.
That's going to be your best short ever. Okay. Yeah, this one's tough. I think it's. I think people are close in that 350 range. I'm going to go a little higher, maybe. I'm sure if it was a better school, maybe. I'm going to go 399. 99. I think that's one of my guesses.
All right, there's a lot of good guesses in the chat. Dan, did you throw? Yeah, Dan guessed 199. So you're 399. Let me look at my numbers real fast here. All right, let me find Andy's answer. Let me find a good answer.
Bring it on.
Let's see.
I'm ready for it.
You want to play games, Gene? Well, when it's game time, it's pay time, baby.
Oof. Overshot?
Pretty far off on that one. Yeah, you overshot.
Oh, jeez.
Let me find the tab.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there were several guesses in the chat. Extremely close. I got to look and see who is it. Dan was very close.
Real life perspective. I don't.
Mark, of course.
210. Mark
is $5 away.
Like, Mark out of but Kim T, real life perspective. Mark.
Oh yeah.
Dan, all very, very close. Way closer than Andy on that one.
All right. Well, okay. Well, mine's maybe not as exciting. That wasn't as exciting as I was hoping either. But
we got a crotch strap story out.
That's true. It's true.
And on that note, Andy, something people will be on the lookout for. Maybe a future memorabilia deep dive. Vintage athletic cups, very desirable with collectors.
Well,
it sounds gross, but the
certain collectors.
Some are made out of magnesium or aluminum. Magnesium ones sell like $100 for a cup. Pretty good.
Would not have even known that. Okay, good to know. All right. Can you see that all right? Want to zoom in a little bit? We good?
Yeah, it's an amusement park. It looks like Marshall Hall Park, Maryland.
Yep. So this is a park that got shut down, I think, maybe in the 80s or something like that. But this is probably from, I guess it ended close in the 80s.
What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us, man. Great, another ranking podcast, the Rushmore Show. Do their top 4 in different categories. Yeah. Definitely check those guys out.
Yeah, so this is like, like you said, it's an amusement park. It was kind of a local, not a huge one by any means, but what do you think?
So 1920 to 1980, that's when it was open?
Yeah. I think this is probably 40s or probably in the 40s or 50s, I would say.
Yeah, it's hard to tell not seeing the person. I would say 50s, but
it's not like 30 or 40. It's not a huge pennant. It's a kind of one.
I'm gonna aim high here because Andy always Andy's from Maryland. He always touts how strong Maryland pennants are. Although he did say it's not as exciting, and he put it second. Right, so that's always. Amusement park stuff sells. I've sold a lot of amusement park pennants. Sold one in the Ken versus 10 this week. I think Kim T is pretty darn close on her guess. I'm going to go $49.99 on this one. $49.99.
Okay, let me check. It's in Charles County. Tim, I don't know. I know the county. I don't really. It's pretty far away from me, but yeah, it's not too close to me. Let me just.
You ever been there? Oh, you weren't there, Andy, because you were barely born at that point.
That's right. Here we
go. Go, 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 go,
go. Top loss, Keith.
You know, for a second, I thought that was the Buckner video, and I thought I had the Mookie Wilson game-winning hit, and then I realized that's Nolan Ryan pitching to me.
All right. Well, and here's the answer.
He
wasn't even close. He wasn't even close.
What is that? A chicken? What is that over there?
Yeah, it's that chicken with his head exploding.
Oh wow! You even got some emojis going on. Man, you really stepped up your game for this one.
There you go. Yeah, I got a hat. I got a little chicken emoji.
Man, I like it. I like what you're doing over there.
Yeah.
All right. That's a strong sell. I knew it'd be good. I just, You threw me off.
Dang.
Yeah, I actually there's a lot of stuff from this place. Yeah, I know it's crazy. That's amusement parks, like you said, sell well.
Yeah.
There was and this one for some reason, I guess I don't know if people love it. Maryland stuff sells well. I mean, I'm from Maryland, or not from Maryland, but I live in Maryland now, and for some reason, this stuff, it sells really well. And I saw there's a cup we had it up for 175, and I took some, it came through as 140. I was like, yep,
I'd take that. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, definitely. It was up for a while though. It's definitely a little bit of a long haul on that one.
And most travel souvenir pennants they're not like, generally you don't put them up and they sell in a day. Sometimes they do. I'm hoping the Tiny's fruit stand pennant does. We'll see. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You might have something there.
You gotta do. We'll see. I'm hoping.
Maybe you can do a little cross collab with Tiny's and Crotch Strap,
That's Crotch Strap. Yeah. But I need to, as soon as we get done here, I'm going to Amazon Prime a crown, because I need that crown for next week.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You got a big dome though. I don't know. You might have to go up. You might have to get a bigger crown. I was trying to get a scepter, but I couldn't find one that was really fitting. So we'll see. Maybe
now you called me out to get a scepter. I'm definitely getting a scepter.
If I continue to win, I'll definitely have a cape at some point.
You gotta add a layer each win. That's what I was doing. You have to win. Yeah, that's what we gotta do.
All right. Sounds good.
Let me show the draft board again.
All right, Dan, bringing it home. This is your anchor pick. Not yet, but I'm saying this is our anchor.
Who?
I go first this time.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's still, we can do like an honorable mention after this, because there's so many other ones that it's like hard to pick. We really should have done 10. There's just so many good ones, but I'm going to go one that that's really off where we've been so far. It's like, it's not a romantic comedy by any means. It's not really like an 80s movie. It's certainly not Step Brothers-esque or any of that stuff. And that is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
It's good.
So,
yeah.
I like that one.
It's there's a couple that I had in this kind of range, but I mean, there's Life of Brian too, which is another one that was really good. But I think the Holy Grail is the Holy Grail for Monty Python stuff. I love Monty Python. I think, John Cleese and they're just amazing. And that's just a great movie. So one of my favorites of all time. I still watch it to this day.
I haven't seen it in years, but it's a good. I think it was one of the songs that they sing or did in there. I heard it on something, and then it made me watch the movie, and then I watched it throughout high school. And I just haven't seen it in forever. I see where it's available. I haven't seen it forever.
I'm sorry, Tim. Yeah, I kind of over by Annapolis actually, so I'm in the kind of Anne Arundel County, but I work in DC, so kind of I'm all over the city too.
Tim lives in DC. Yes, you guys are in the same neck of the woods.
Yeah.
I tried to watch Life of Brian recently, and my wife came in and she's like, "What the hell are you watching?" And she couldn't watch it at all. And I didn't get finished it, but it's pretty. I love that the British comedies like that.
That one's good because first, I mean, it's quoted obviously for Knights to say near, all that stuff. It's merely a flesh wound. All of that is great. It's also like it holds up too because it's about it's from the Middle Ages, so it's not like there's not a lot of like jokes that are 80s or 70s jokes that like don't fly. It's still funny. So yeah, that's my kind of anchor one that
you have more classic picks on your you're going spanning the years in your picks. I like that.
Yeah. All right, Dan. Bring us
on.
Tough,
right, Dan? Tough because there's so many choices.
There's tough choices. But I guess I'm just gonna have to make. I could pick a ton of movies here, but I think I have to pick a. I just did the draft the other night, the reseller draft, the Monday night one. It was desert island movies, so movies that you would bring to the desert island, or if it's on, you want to watch it, and I picked this as one of my desert island movies, so it's gonna have to be my fifth pick in this draft. It's gonna be Joe Pesci and My Cousin Vinny with Marissa Tomei.
Oh, that's great.
It's a hilarious movie. I was talking my mom into it today. She says she's never seen it. I'm convinced she has, but she says she hasn't. So I'm like, you have to watch this movie. So it has to be my number 5.
Yeah, I mean and Joe
hilarious.
Pesci, not like a comedy actor, but he was really good in it.
He's awesome.
The whole movie's funny, but like I don't even know that there's great, like you wouldn't say that there's comedic actors. I know, like with this, like Ralph Macchio and Marissa Tomei. And
I keep saying I think she won an Oscar for it. I keep forgetting to look it up.
Yeah, at least Seinfeld. George Costanza said she did, right? She's an Oscar winner, Jerry.
That's probably where I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's got to be true then, right? I don't think they would put that in there, but that's great. Especially the judge and Pesci's interactions were like that interaction.
The two youths.
Yeah.
The what? The youths.
Yeah.
The youths. I love it. It's hilarious.
Oh, I haven't seen it in a while, so I got to rewatch that.
Yeah, she won Academy Best Supporting Actress for My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have.
I don't know. It was 1992, so I don't know.
Maybe the competition wasn't amazing, but yeah, I mean, she was great in the movie. I just don't. You would never think that a movie like that would
win an
produce
Oscar,
something like that. Yeah,
probably for her. She didn't really have she wasn't a humorous role, right? She was like when she was up, like talking the details about the positive traction on whatever kind of car it was. Like the delivery on that kind of stuff was pretty strong.
Yeah, but she was funny like throughout the thing. Like it wasn't like throughout the movie it was just like the play.
She's great. Yeah.
It was funny, but yeah. What's the age difference between them? I mean, there's got to be a 30-year age difference, right?
I would think so. Yeah.
So awkward.
She was born in 1964. She's 59. He's got to be
in his 80s almost, I would think, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, different times.
He's 81.
Jeez. Call that one. Knocking it out of the park today. You see that, Keith?
Yeah. Man, I'm struggling here with this last pick.
Okay.
I'm bouncing back and forth. I already set up my mind. Now I'm changing it.
There's a lot to choose from still, but like, what route do you want to go down?
Yeah. Well, this was one of my favorite comedic actors of all time. Saturday Night Live guy, which a lot of the people in the draft are probably almost a lot of them are Saturday Night Live people, right? Physical comedian, died far too young. But I watched this the other night with my son, Tommy Boy.
Oh man, that's a great pick.
Great scenes in that. Just the interaction him and Dan.
I don't even know why I didn't think of that one.
Yeah,
see? That's where I get. I told you I don't make a lit. Like I make a few that I want to make sure. Tommy Boy is one of my favorites. That's a great pick.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's a great movie, man.
That's a good pick.
I wish he would have had more movies because he doesn't have a huge catalog, right? No. Like him, Black Sheep and Beverly Hills Ninja, maybe. There weren't many others.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, unfortunately, he was. He had a pretty decent career at Saturday Night Live, but I mean, it wasn't that long. But yeah, he only had a few movies. He should have had a lot more.
Oh, he's like one of the best. Yeah, That's
in that movie, he's like in the beginning of the movie, he's like running across campus and doing flips and like he was a massive guy, right? But like an athlete.
Yeah,
he was like an athlete too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You seen his documentary they had on one of the I don't know if it was A&E. It's somewhere on TV. They haven't. Oh, maybe it was Comedy Central. There's a good documentary on him about it, and he's really good. You know, he was supposed to be Shrek too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. No.
It was. I was listening to a podcast with David Spade, and he had just about recorded almost 95% of the whole thing before he passed away.
That's
and
crazy.
Then they redid it with Michael Myers.
Yeah.
So, like he was supposed to be Shrek. That's a great pick. I don't know why I didn't think of that one. One of my favorite movies of all time. Like, that's a good pick.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Dan. I mean, there was like 10 movies afterwards that would have been good picks for all of us. Yeah. And we could have kept going for a while.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to go over a few?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Some honorable mentions.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just run through the ones that I was. So Animal House was on my list. That was really going to be
I was watching that last night.
I just feel like I had so much like in that kind of genre.
That's the one I was thinking when you did Airplane. I thought you were picking Animal House because I started watching it last night and I saw it was 1978 and you said the comedian and I'm thinking John Belushi. So that's a good one.
I think The Jerk is around the same time frame too.
Yeah, Jerk was great. Great.
I recently watched that. It doesn't hold up as well as some of the other ones. Like
I think it's still funny though. It's still funny.
Did you see that the Rushmore show said that his Shrek recording is available on YouTube?
Oh, is
That's
it?
pretty cool. That's pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
Very cool. What else did I have on my list? Best in Show. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, I had that on my list.
When you said mockumentary, I love mockumentaries. That's a
So
good one.
this was what I struggled with too. So there's two movies that I would have loved to have picked. So Fletch is one of them, which is another Chevy Chase, which is a classic. But the one that I really wanted to pick, I just didn't really have the space for, is Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that.
If you like mockumentaries, this is the originator of the mockumentaries.
I don't think I've ever seen it either. I know people talk about it. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's the originator of it. It's like really? Oh yeah, it was the first one. It was about a hard rock band in the 70s. Oh, it's hysterical. It's one of the best ones ever. I really, it's a great show.
The Real Life Perspective Show is a great Chris Farley quote from is that Billy Madison? I think Billy Madison, right? That Veronica Vaughn. I won't finish it there, but
well, yeah. That was a Happy Gilmore. I wasn't sure if that was on anybody. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was another one that I like.
Yeah, we didn't put Mel Brooks in there. How about is that the History of the World part? Is there a part 1 and part 2, or is it just they call it part 2? But it was
I don't remember.
But
like it's so many. I was going down like Anchorman. We didn't say Anchorman. Spaceballs.
That was what I was between Anchorman and Tommy Boy, my last pick.
Yeah.
But I'm a huge Will Ferrell fan too.
But there was tons, especially I want to go back and see some of these.
Bridesmaids. I mean, I was talking to my wife about that. That was like number 2 on her list.
Oh, okay.
And that bathroom scene in Bridesmaids is like the funniest scene.
Oh yeah. That's one that like made me laugh like I laughed earlier today.
I had like stuff like I was thinking Meet the Parents, like that I like that kind of. I mean, I don't know if it would hold like for a top 5. It's really good though. I really like it.
Yeah,
Meet the Parents.
Yeah,
thing.
I love Ben Stiller.
He's hilarious. Or like Along Came Polly.
That's an underrated movie. I think that's
I love Along Came Polly.
Yeah,
I love that movie, and plus the cast on that is awesome. It's not
you guys do you have the brick on as one of the misses on here on your thing on one of your misses.
I totally forget that actor's name right now. I know he passed away.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, right? Philip Seymour. Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah.
He's hilarious. He was hilarious. Yeah.
He stole the show in that movie with the whole sharding.
Yeah, I'm just sure. Like everyone you say a shard, yeah. And I was thinking like old school, like because I did Super Bad and American Pie. I felt like I couldn't do old school, even though old school is like so quotable, and when it came out, you're just watching. It's hilarious. And
I mean that one holds up too. I feel like. I mean,
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in forever, but like I feel like I'm gonna go down this like comedy movie thing right now. I don't really have a show I'm watching, so all of a sudden I think I'm gonna start watching some of these comedies. I started watching, like I said, Animal House yesterday, and then I want to watch. I started watching it the other day when I was thinking about what movies I wanted. It was 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's one of my favorite ones too. I like that one.
I had that on my list. Yeah.
What
I have in my list? I had Identity Thief. I liked Identity Thief a lot.
Oh my gosh, that's I should have Tammy. Melissa McCarthy's my favorite. Like,
she's awesome.
Comedian. Oh, and I had that movie in here, and I was like, I need to make sure I do Tammy tonight. Just run out of movies.
One of my favorite things on YouTube is to watch like outtakes of like some of these movies and stuff. Have you ever seen the outtakes from? I think it's This Is 40. It's the one with
when Paul Rudd.
Yeah. So there's outtakes of her, and like when they're getting they're getting a talking to for the principal.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's so
it's so I don't even know maybe it was I'm not sure who the director or the writer was on that movie, but they had a lot of stuff that played into her strengths, including like her son who looked like Tom Petty. That's a good movie. I totally forgot about that.
And I forget I watched it. I didn't watch it that long ago, and it's kind of a sequel to some other movie. I'm trying to think of what it is. Right, if I can think of it.
I would be also remiss to not bring up one of my girlfriend's probably favorite movies, and that's Couples Retreat. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that's wrong.
Oh, that's a great one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
and I have to one of my favorite comedies, but I wanted to make sure I mention it, but I knew it wasn't going to be on the list just because Horrible Bosses 2. Has to be Horrible Bosses 2 is.
Okay, it's better than the first.
I just love that movie with. I mean, and then what is it? Charlie Daly, Jason Bateman's like one of my like he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good.
A lot of the people I like, they're not. You don't even know they're funny. Or, like he's not. He's funny, but he's good. Like he's great in Ozarks. Like he's hilarious. Like it's good.
He's a very versatile actor, and he's like more dry humor.
I like that.
Awesome,
Did you ever see Bad Words with him?
Yeah, I did see that recently.
That's good.
Very similar. Yeah.
If you like Bateman, he does he did a podcast for a little
Smartless.
bit. Yeah. Did you ever see this? They also did a version like behind the scenes on HBO.
HBO Max. Yeah, that's great.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, those guys are really funny.
I haven't seen it behind the scenes. I definitely listened to Smart List a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, This Is 40 is sort of a sequel to, it says on Knocked Up from Knocked Up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Is it the same wife and husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got some kind of, I think that's how it goes. I remember watching This Is 40 not long ago, and then I was like, I always end up on Wiki because I like Paul Rudd too. Like he's funny.
Yeah.
Like,
he's underrated. I feel like he's like a lot of the stuff that he's in. He's probably the funniest actor in Anchorman. Like he's got the best hits, like and that stuff. Like 60% of the time it works every time. Like come on, like that's the best, one of the best quotes in any comedy movie ever. I think
him or the Weatherman. I'm totally forgetting on Michael J. Scott's name. Why am I totally Carell? Steve Carell. He's great in that. He's great in that too.
Was it like Chase or something? Yeah, he would. Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Maybe or.
Yeah,
I forget.
Remember.
You're just like an idiot.
Bateman was Teen Wolf too. Yes, Bateman
Lamp.
Was Teen Wolf.
I like Lamp.
Yeah.
That was an incredible cast. The only guy I didn't love was the other guy. Was it the sports guy? I don't think he was not my favorite of the other three are hilarious for their own rights. He was not my favorite. He had a weird like. I don't know.
Did you guys see Anchorman 2? Is it good? I haven't seen that.
It's so underwhelming. I think it's like so far off of the first Anchorman.
Is that the one where he has like the pet shark or whatever? He's a shark. Or is that like number 3? Is there a third one?
Oh, is there a third one too? And I liked Anchorman the second time I watched it. I hated it the first time.
It's one of the I got you on that because it's one of those movies that like the more you watch it, like the more you pick up on it, and then the more you like quote it and stuff like that. And I agree. And then, it's not one of the first ones you just like laugh out loud.
For this list too, the other day on the draft I made you said something before it was like Rounders, and someone in the comments had made it was like kind of a cult thing, and I don't know if this is a cult comedy movie, but like Mallrats or like Clerks, like those
Clerks.
Like those are great movies, but I don't know if everyone gets those all the time. Like Mallrats is hilarious. It's one of my favorites. Oh,
I haven't seen Clerks in a long time. That was the one. It's all black and white, right?
Yeah.
Clerks.
Yeah.
I gotta watch
that one's
again.
good. And then
Kevin Smith, I think, right? Wasn't that?
Yes, yeah.
He does
all those are all pretty good. Mallrats is really good.
It's funny because I mean, there's some movies I should like that I just don't like. Like I was never a huge Clerks fan myself. And it's like it's just I don't know if it's the vibe or the humor wasn't necessarily something. I get it. It's funny, but it's like it was never my favorite. But yeah, it's I think widely thought of being very good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The Kim T says the wrong Missy. Have you seen that's on Netflix with David Spade? Have you seen that? That's funny.
I don't think I've seen that.
I saw it when I had.
I did see it.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good one. I was surprised. I was watching it with when I had COVID when COVID was a thing, and so I was just in my room just watching movies, and I was like, oh, I'll watch this, and it was funny. That's a really good
funny premise, even from the get.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that one. But,
he's traveling to an island with his work, and he invites this girl. But he called the wrong girl and invited the wrong girl, and it's like a very obnoxious girl who's like,
okay,
it's pretty funny.
It's funny. Yeah,
check it out.
Yeah,
cool. Well, it's a good list. I think. I think everybody, it's your cup of tea, obviously, but I think everybody had a pretty strong list there.
I'll put it back up here. Let me share the screen.
I'm a little mad I didn't pick Tammy now. Or Identity. Oh man, those are all Identity Thief would have been great because it had Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman both in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, where did you pick your last choice? I never filled it in here.
No, wrong. Oh yeah, you're right. No, Dan's right. You're right.
No, what did I say? I was like, oh, I'll say Tammy. No, it was my cousin Vinny.
That's right. Yeah,
which is great too. I don't know which one I would take off, but I feel like I'm misrepresented.
I'm
Tammy,
probably blanking on
I
Tammy.
love Mr. McCarthy. I saw her on TV the other day, and I was like, oh man, I just love her. She's so funny. She's driving that car and she's sticking her head out the window. Oh,
is Tammy the one? I'm trying to remember that movie.
Tammy's where she works at a fast food joint, and she gets fired and she goes home, and her husband's been sleeping with the neighbor, and so she grabs all her stuff and she leaves, and then she's going her grandmother's Susan Sarandon, and they're driving. I don't even know where they're driving to now, but I know I have it in here. I have it in here. Oh man, so mad right now. Good
she's
movie.
Great, man.
She's so great. But everyone on I love my list too.
Right. It's a hard to cut it down, right? Because I mean, we both probably had another 3 or 4 we could have gone with, and or could even put in and taken one out and still been just as happy.
Oh yeah, we could have went 20 deep, all of us, and still been picking, right? So this was a hard one but they're great ones. Definitely some I want to watch too that I haven't seen in forever. Like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, very similar to Great Outdoors. That was a great one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you very much for coming on with us, Dan. Awesome time.
Appreciate you guys inviting me.
Yeah.
And you cleaned up on the trivia and the guessing game too.
That's right. I'm sorry. Did he pick the prize? I didn't even see.
He got the prize. Well, it was all one. It wasn't. I didn't get choices this week.
Oh, I get all that.
Yeah, you get all that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
Yeah, put that on your next Whatnot show. Are you back on Whatnot, or is that a once off?
I have a show next week. I'm going to do a show again too.
Oh, cool.
I thought I was going to pick when you were going to make me pick, I was going to when you said because Beverly Hills when Andy picked Coming to America. I love Bill Murray or not Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
and I was obsessed with watching all his movies, but my favorites are Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, cool.
Of those. So
I don't know if I ever saw Beverly Hills Cop too. I don't know if I ever saw that. But yeah, you get that whole bundle. That's coming all to you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What a deal.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, Dan, just so you know, we were going to have Jason Kelsey was going to come on, but we said, excuse me, we have somebody more important. We have Dan and Demand coming on. Kelsey, you can go and, retire somewhere else because it's not on our podcast. We got Dan. That's what we said.
He wanted to say Kelsey pound sand. I wouldn't let him say that about Jason Kelsey. I worship Jason Kelsey.
I bet.
Yeah.
But
I got a little awesome. teared up this week.
Sure.
But that's great time. And we're gonna do the horror movies next week with Go Go Snow. Let me get back to that. I'll show that thumbnail on that. And a similar horror giveaway too. I have some horror VHS, some packs, some different stuff. That'll be a fun show. Let's see. Here's
Dan,
thumbnail for next week.
See some get some take home some horror stuff next week. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And next week. And I'm gonna be on tomorrow with Ken. Everyone definitely tune in at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. not p.m.
11 p.m.
For the recap. I'm a little nervous about my trivia. There's like a 3-strike trivia game he does. I'm a little nervous. I'm not good under pressure. Thanks, Kim.
All right.
Appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to be back in next week, 8:00. Thanks very much for everyone in the chat joining us. A lot of new names. I'm sure Dan has a lot of followers come over with him, so I appreciate that.
Paul sent him here. Paul sent him here.
Paul sent him. Yeah. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Peace.
Out.